Hey everybody, can't believe it, but we're already on episode number 10 of the Whiteboard video series, and I've got Roman and Leo back with me today. And Leo, what are we going to talk about?
529.
That's right, we're going to talk about 529s. And Roman, what is the importance of a 529 plan? Why would we want to have one?
So we can go to college.
That's right, so we can go to college. I don't know, with you, I'm hoping for a basketball scholarship, and Leo, we'll take a soccer scholarship or basketball too. How's that sound? Good? All right. Well, hey, I'm going to go over some of the basics of the 529 plans, but while I do that, I'll let the boys take a break and we'll bring them back to say bye. So what is a 529? A 529 plan is an investment vehicle that has some tax advantages to help you save for college expenses. You can kind of think of it like an IRA. There's some very similar characteristics, one of which is the growth of the investments inside of the 529 plan are tax deferred. And actually, if you use them for qualified secondary expenses in college, they're tax free. So you kind of have a hybrid of the tax deferral of a traditional IRA, and then you may even get the Roth IRA benefit of tax-free distributions. 529s can fit into the plan because it's a vehicle to allow you to save for college, earmark that money for college, and receive some tax benefits as far as a deferral. But also, some states actually have some tax advantages you receive today when you make the contribution. So for instance, in my home state of Indiana, we get a 20% tax credit on the contributions up to a maximum of $1,000 credit every year. So most people in Indiana are at minimum making their first $5,000 contribution to the Indiana plan to maximize that credit. And then you might want to look to features of other states' plans to maybe take advantage of different investment options, lower expenses to supplement what you're doing to get the tax credit. That takes me to another point. Each state has their own plan, so you're going to want to look at your state's plan, what benefits it provides to you as a citizen of that state to determine if that plan is best for you or if you're better off looking at another. Sometimes the tax advantages are worth it. Sometimes the tax advantages aren't that great and you're better off to use another state's plan to have lower expenses and the different investment options I mentioned before. So take that into consideration when you're planning for your college savings. So some of the advantages of a 529 plan, I hit on a couple of the major ones. It's the tax deferral, it's the investment growth option, it's the tax-free distribution. Another huge benefit is other people can actually contribute to the 529 plan. So I'm talking to you, Grandma and Grandpa. Instead of buying a toy that the child doesn't need, you can actually make a contribution to their 529 plan. And if you happen to live in that state, then you would be eligible for the tax advantage as well, the credit in Indiana at least. So take advantage of that as well. If you are owning the 529 for your child, let family members know, instead of buying us things we don't need, take that money and put it into their 529 plan and help us put them through school. Some of the disadvantages of a 529, there is a penalty on distributions if they're not used for college expenses. So you want to be careful with that. There are some caveats as far as scholarships go and some other things. Those are the details you need to talk to your financial advisor about. But just know if you take distributions and they're not for college, you may be subject to some penalties. There's usually limited investment options as far as the state 529 plan. Indiana, for instance, only has a handful of funds, so that is a limitation. And then the management of the investments is limited as well. You can only make investment changes a few times a year. You can change the beneficiary of the 529 once a year, so it is very restricted, which would lead me to say that if you're paying your financial advisor a commission on the 529 or a management fee on the 529, you may want to go back and renegotiate that. I'm of the belief there's not enough management being done with the 529 that there's really a fee need to be charged. So take that into consideration, see how much you're doing. I throw it out there, may make some advisors mad, but that's what my thought is. So in closing, just to summarize, a 529 is a savings vehicle earmarked for college. There's tax deferral, tax-free distributions if the right qualifications are met, and there's potential tax advantages to making the contributions today. There's estate planning advantages too. That's getting a little bit further into the planning process specific to your needs, so talk to your financial advisor. So the last thing I'll leave you with is, as always, consult your advisor to find out how a 529 plan might fit into your plan, and if so, how much, where to save, and all of those details we worked out to your personal situation. So talk to your advisor about it, but at least know the 529 vehicle is there and what it is. A college savings vehicle, tax deferral, tax-free contributions if you meet those right distributions. That's all I've got on the 529, so let's bring the boys back so they can say bye. All right, guys, tell everybody you'll see them later.
We'll see you later.
All right, we'll see you in the next video. Have a great one.